Started. Good.
Hello, good evening all. Welcome to the meeting number 317 of Turning Point Toastmasters. I am Rohan, Surgeon at Arms for today. We provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communications and leadership skills, resulting in a great self-confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of Toastmaster meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and that it may not be possible for us to pause the recording. The following are the meeting rules. First of all, for my lovely audiences, please be advised that any behavior that disturbs flow of meeting will be result in directly removal without any further warning. Please ensure that your noise making devices are either switched off or on silent mode. Please speak responsibly on the topics like religion, sex, and politics in your speeches. As far as possible, please keep your videos on, audios off, and applause flowing throughout. Be kind of audience you wish you want to be yourself. For role players, Toastmasters of the Day, Table Topic Masters, and General Evaluator, please ensure smart audio video check before handing over to the respective role players. Role players, please rename yourself as a role player, your name, your club name. You may remove your club name if you are part of Turning Point Toastmasters. Please acquaint yourself with the role of the timer. The timer will use 3 cards, which he will be changing frequently. Green indicates that you have spoken for minimum qualifying time. Yellow indicates that it's a good time to start concluding. Red specifies that you have 30 seconds more to, or you will be disqualified. Individual session time will be explained in further due. For Zoom meeting, we encourage you to use Zoom emojis generously to encourage role players or speakers. We sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or the speaker on the stage. In fact, refrain from chatting altogether and focus on the speaker. Returning, please stay mute until specifically requested to unmute. Polls will be launched after each session and they will be closed after 30 seconds. Without any further ado, I would like to ask our presiding officer who comes from city Agra, who is doing his PhD at JNU, and he is extremely talented club member for Turning Point Toastmasters. None other than, please give a huge round of applause to presiding officer Utkarsh. Hi, Utkarsh.
Hi, Rohan. Thank you so much for this lovely introduction. Hello, everyone. I welcome you all to another incredible action-packed meeting of Turning Point Toastmasters. This is a place I can proudly say where we all converge to not only become effective communicators and leaders, but also to overcome our fears, embrace challenges, and unleash our true potential. I thank you all for taking out time and being here for the meeting. Speaking of being present, we are joined by a few guests today, Mansi and Brinda Khandelwal. Brinda, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, please? Where are you from and what led you here? Sorry.
Hi, yeah, so I'm audible?
Yes, you're perfectly audible.
Perfect. So hi all, I am from Gurgaon. And so my, again, communication skill was not that, I was not confident enough to speak in public and everything. So I spoke to one of my colleague in my office, and he told me about this Toastmaster that you should join it. It will build your confidence and confidence. He actually an ex Toastmaster. I don't know if you have heard of his name or not. His name is Himanshu. Um, so that made me join Toastmaster. That made me speak to. I spoke to Madhav long time back, but was quite busy. In meanwhile, for another for last 4 months, I had a surgery, so I was not keeping well. So I thought of joining the as a guest today, so that I can. My plans are to join Toastmaster to be a Toastmaster. So I thought of joining as a guest today.
Thank you so much, Brinda. We welcome you to this meeting. We have Mansi also. Mansi also for the meeting today. I think she's no stranger. She has been attending this meeting for quite a while. Mansi, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Hi, Mansi.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, could you please give a very brief intro about yourself before we
Yes,
move on?
I am Mansi from Planning. I'm here to improve my communication skills and to boost up my confidence and learn new some vocabulary. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mansi and Brinda. We value your presence, and I hope you will gain a lot from today's meeting. You will surely get a chance of dipping your toes in the Toastmasters arena during the table topic section. Also, I would be more than glad to take your feedback and ask for areas of improvement towards the end of the meeting. Before I introduce the theme and our Toastmasters of the day, I have an important announcement to make. I understand many of us might not be aware of the increase in fee by Toastmasters International applicable from the next cycle, which is October 23 to March 2024. Sorry. The fee is increasing from 45 US dollars to 60 US dollars. That is an increment of $15, which effectively will be $2.50 a month. This will eventually lead to an increase in our monthly membership fee by approximately rupees 200. But the good news is that if a member renews for the next cycle on or before 31st July, the old fee will be applicable. Isn't that great? Our Vice President membership, the very lovely Priyanka, and Treasurer of the club, Toastmaster Anant Satyani, will fill you in with further details regarding the same. And you can also reach out to them for any queries regarding the same. For now, it's time to talk about today's special theme. It's something that we all, especially the ones living in North India, have got enough dosage of it. Yes, the rains. They're definitely such a respite from all the heat, but as they say, excess of anything is bad. Our Toastmaster of the evening, Anant, will talk more about this timely theme in today's meeting. Distinguished Toastmaster Anant is no stranger to this club or to the Toastmaster community in general, and it is my absolute privilege to welcome him to the virtual stage as our Toastmaster of the evening. Can we have a thunderous applause, please, for our Toastmaster of the evening, Anant Satyani? Can we invite him on the virtual stage? Anant? You're on mute. We can't hear you.
I have a different audio device, so I believe I am both audible and visible now. Please confirm.
You're perfectly audible and visible. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Utkarsh, for briefly explaining what could be a very confusing topic, the fee hike as well as the benefit in joining in the month of July itself. Rest assured, everyone, as a VP Public Relations for Spearhead and a member of the PR team of Division I, we will be coming up with a descriptive poster to explain everything. The bottom line here itself is that the month of July is very critical. So do plan to renew your membership if you are planning to renew for the next 6 months, October to March. By July itself, you will save a huge buck. Also for the members who are trying to reinstate or join for the very first time, this month is the month. Beyond that, of course, you can join, but like all of us, if we choose later, it will take an extra dose of cost. For now, I want all of you to join me in hearing this slight relaxing video. Watch this for maybe 30 seconds. How many of you have at some point or the other put this kind of music in your earphones on YouTube or somewhere in the background as a white noise, as we call it, white noise? Doesn't distract you, rather helps you become more focused, more, on the job, more involved, and removing any external distraction. I have used it immensely. How many of you have done it? Give me thumbs up, give me a raise of hand, anything. You? Quite a few of us. It started somewhere in my engineering days. And while I was filling up for Vipul, who was supposed to be the TMOD with a fantastic theme this week, but had some family emergency. So I had to rush in and take one more time TMOD for today. I was looking for a theme, and as I preach everyone else, the themes usually don't come from somewhere else. They come from within us, right? At that precise point, I was designing a poster, and just to keep myself focused, I was listening to this YouTube white background noise in the form of rains and thunderstorms. Something that relaxes me. I don't know if that will work for you or not, but it relaxes me. And I thought, why not take this as a theme? So today's theme, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, all our friends, current, would be, should be Toastmasters. The theme for today is While Raindrops Fall. Let us converse. On what topic shall we converse? No set agenda, no fixed agenda. We can wonder about the thought that octopuses have not just 8 feet, but 3 and blue blood. I don't know if that surprises you. It did surprise me when I heard it for the first time. I also heard that horses have 5 hearts. One giant heart pumping vast amount of blood throughout its body, but 4 tiny little hearts, not conventional ones, but some organs that are passively working as the same function as a heart does, pumping blood, under its hooves. So every time it does take a stride, actually pumps more and more and more blood in its body from the feet. Does that interest you? With videos of I can't decide. So why not switch the videos on? Um, Priyanka, Megha, Piyush, Rohan, yay, hi, everyone. And of course, Gunjan, Neeraj, Madhav, Mansi. Mansi's bandwidth might be an issue, but everyone else, let's. Uh, did you just go to YouTube or Google to check the facts that I described? Don't you trust me? Stick with the videos on and trust me when I say some facts because I have done my due diligence. Well, I don't want to engage you with these idle talks. Let's discuss about the things that concern us while the raindrops pour outside, especially if you are in Delhi NCR. So, what shall we talk about? Well, let's begin with the very thought with which we joined Toastmasters. What is one single point of agenda or the specific skill that you all want to, that you all have joined Toastmasters with? Anyone? Well, anyone would like to share?
Anant, your voice was cracking. You can repeat the question.
Um, Request you to spotlight me on my audio device. My video device is gone. That's why I had joined with secondary device. Thank you so much. So my question here was, what is the one skill for which you have joined Toastmasters? What is the one agenda? You can unmute, share it. Just go ahead, unmute and
Okay,
answer.
I'll go first.
Sure.
Joined to build gravitas and develop brevity.
All right, I remember that. What else? Anyone else? Gravity or professionalism or more polished is what she was referring to. Anyone else?
Yeah. So for me, I think it's basically understanding how to persuade others and developing the corresponding skill set is basically what I'm planning to get it through it here.
All right. Anyone who has joined it for not speaking or public speaking related reasons? Any other reason that you have joined for? Anyone?
Uh, like during the COVID period, the interaction was very low. So this is another reason I joined Toastmasters, to have networking, to get to know very diverse people. Among all other reasons, this was also one different reason that I had joining Toastmasters.
That sounds very exciting as well as very thoughtful on your part. I will further uncover and excavate more reasons. Also, maybe perhaps will uncover a few facts about us, a few habits while the raindrops pour outside. For now, let us come to the structure of the meeting, which is divided into three parts. The prepared speeches. We have three cracking, fantastic speeches for all of you today. Then the table topics, a brief session with as many as non-speaking opportunities that we can present for speakers. Opportunities for those who are having a non-speaking role today officially. So a presentation opportunity for them. And then we have evaluation session for which we have a team in place. A team which is keeping a track of everything, your timing, your fluency, your grammar, your this, your that. To explain their roles, let me invite the chief of all the evaluators, someone who is repeating this role after a long, long time, I believe, and one of the most fantastic speakers our club has uncovered. So while the raindrops fall, Shashri Mehrotra, quick audio video check.
Hi, am I audible and visible?
Yes, and you are incredible, as Rupinder would say. So go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anand, for calling me on the spotlight. Today, I am serving as your general evaluator. My role is to observe every single thing that happens in the meeting today, every single person who speaks and does not speak, every single role player, and evaluate them based on how they perform their duties or how they did their speeches, especially for table topics. I am assisted in my duties by three role players: the timer, the counter, and the grammarian. The timer for us today is going to be Toastmaster Priyanka. And based on the timing of the speeches, so the speeches being 5 to 7 minutes in length, there are no icebreaker speeches in the meeting today. So all speeches, all prepared speeches will be 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, they will see the green signal, as you can see now. At 6 minutes, you'll see a yellow signal. And at 7 minutes, they will see a red signal. And these are the three signals that will be shown at different timings, even for the other role players. So at evaluators, it will be 2 to 3 minutes, 2 for green, 3 for 2.5 for yellow, and 3 for green, for red. And for table topics, again, it will be 1 to 2 minutes. So that is the timer's role. Our other role, I'm also assisted by the counter. I'm so sorry. Is there?
Madhav Vashisht.
Is he here? Oh yeah, I see you. Okay. So I'm also assisted by our counter, Madhav Vashisht. He will be taking note of all the lexical fillers that we use, and also the grammarian. Wait, just give me a second.
Our grammarian for today is Rohan Dage.
Okay,
People
I'm so
spotlight.
sorry. All right, okay. So handing the stage off over to Rohan so that he can share with us his role and the word of the day.
Thank you, Srushti. The word of the day today is loquacious. Loquacious means one who speaks great deal or an excessive talker. We'll come to the usage of the word will be she is loquacious host at the otherwise dull awards night, or the loquacious taxi driver didn't shut up throughout the whole trip. So I believe you all have got what kind of word I'm trying to say. I would just drop that word of the day in our chat box, so it will get easy for you to use the word. I will encourage you all to use word of the day while you are speaking in your speeches and different role players. Thank you so much, Srishti. Over to you again.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rohan. And I hope that none of you will be loquacious like I used to be before I joined Toastmasters. And with that, back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. I believe we all are now much more familiarized with our roles today. Quite eloquently, another sister word derived from the same root that loquacious has. So loc in Latin means to speak. I'm sure you must have heard so many words related to this root. I was quite surprised when Rohan actually picked this word this week, because while loquacious can be used as both positive and negative, eloquent is definitely a super positive word. But the best word from this entire family tree that I love is soliloquy. Soli means solitude, and loki means to talk to oneself. And do you know when that happens? While the raindrops fall. To continue with our meeting today, you don't have to talk to yourself. There are three terrific people who are going to talk to all of us. And the first one among them is Ankit Agarwal. Before I call up Ankit, let us invite his speech evaluator, Toastmaster Surjit. Surjit, can we have you on video on, please? Thank you.
Yes.
Utkarsh, I will request you to handle the spotlight for us. Thank you. Surjit, quick audio video check.
Am I audible?
And yes, and quite bright, beaming with light your face as well. Good lighting in the room then. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Ankit is delivering speech for level 1, speech 2, evaluation and feedback from presentation mastery path. Purpose of this project for the member to learn or review basic method and present a well-organized speech and also well rehearsed on any topic. Time for speech is 5 to 7 minutes. So good luck, Ankit, for your speech. Now I hand the stage back to our channel manager. Oh, sorry.
Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster of the evening. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Surjit, for familiarizing us with the speech objectives. Now request Ankit to be spotlighted. Ankit, quick audio video check.
Anant, I'm audible and visible.
Yes, and you look quite ready as well. But before you start speaking, a word about the topic as well as you. Ankit is one of the most brilliant member of the most awesome pairs that I have seen in Toastmasters. I see couple, I see pairs everywhere I go along in different clubs, in different districts. But this particular pair, this couple, has started at the same time. And both of them are actually delivering in the same meeting today. Srishti, no sexism over there, please note. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, yeah, Srishti, thanks for reminding me to keep correcting myself. We are working on this. Friends, they are very unique in the manner that both of them are traversing the same journey, same projects, and quite the same level of brilliance in everything they do. But they do have two different speech topics altogether today. Believe it or not, tomorrow I'm going to attend a session from one of the industry experts, along with my students in TCS, on Chat GPT. And quite happy to see that the topic today is somewhere around that itself in Ankit's speech. So friends, put your hands together for Ankit Agarwal, Generative AI Applications and Implications. Generative AI Applications and Implications. Ankit Agarwal.
Thank you, Anand. Thanks for the introduction. So, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest, I'm certain that you have come across buzzwords like generative AI, which may seem mere hype to many, but in reality, they have become a significant part of our lives. So today, I invite you to embark on a fascinating journey with me into the world of generative AI, where machines become artists, collaborators, and creative geniuses. So firstly, let's understand what is generative AI. It's a remarkable technology that uses algorithms and data to create content that's fresh, unique, and mesmerizing. And right now, as Anant mentioned, a shiny example of generative AI is ChatGPT. It's like having a chat buddy who can engage in conversations, answer our questions, and even crack few jokes as well. But wait, the wonders of generative AI don't stop here. Imagine you are designing your dream home. You have a vision for, you have a vision in your mind, but putting it into reality can be a daunting task, right? Enter generative AI, the ultimate design assistant. It can generate various layouts and interior design ideas tailored to your preferences. It's like having a digital architect who helps you explore countless design possibilities and making your dreams home a reality. Similar to this, we would be seeing digital assistants developed with the magic of generative AI in future, and these will turbocharge our efficiency, whether it will be filing our income taxes, right, developing software applications, or improving our public speaking skills through a digital coach like Yodlee, as we all know. But generative AI doesn't just assist, it collaborates as well. Imagine being an artist seeking inspiration, and suddenly you have a AI powered collaborator by your side. Today, music composers are discovering a world of endless possibilities where AI generated melodies blend seamlessly with the compositions, resulting in captivating soundscapes. But my friends, with great power comes great responsibility as well. As we sail into the uncharted waters of generative AI, we must navigate the ethical consideration and the challenges it presents. Transparency. Transparency is one of the huge concerns in generative AI. So generative AI models operate like black boxes, which even the developer of these models do not understand completely. And this is where the trust issues arise with generative AI. And the second challenge is of authenticity. Generative AI has become so adept at creating content that distinguishing between what is real and what is not can be very perplexing. This raises concerns about the accountability, potential misuse, and the deception. Let me tell you a mind-blowing example. In 2018, an AI-generated artwork was sold at an auction for a staggering $500,000. Can you believe it? It had sparked a global conversation, challenging all our notions of creativity and the value we place on art. While generative AI expect to bring economic growth and productivity, but it also has implications for the workforce. A recent survey conducted by Goldman Sachs reveals that as many as 25% of all current jobs could be impacted by AI entirely in future. This reminds us of the need to prepare for an AI-driven future. So how can we navigate this exciting but challenging path? Firstly, let's cultivate an open-minded attitude, embracing the potential of AI and recognizing it as a tool that can augment our capabilities rather than replace us. Secondly, let's become a lifelong learner, right? And let's also focus on developing soft skills and leadership abilities, as we all are doing here, as these unique human qualities will become increasingly valuable in an AI-driven world for sure. So my fellow adventurers, let us embark on this journey together, where the wonders of generative AI meet the brilliance of human ingenuity. And may we seize the opportunities, overcome the challenges, and shape a future that harness the full potential of this transformative technology. And thank you. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Anant.
Thank you so much, speaker number one, Ankit, for delivering this interesting keynote style or TEDx style speech, an informative, educative speech, without letting us drop our guard for a single second. We completely were hooked into your speech. Audience, let's take 1 minute to provide a personal feedback to Ankit in private window. Timer, please set the time. Show me a green card, the end of 1 minute. One line of positive commendation as well as one constructive recommendation, that will do. One minute up. Also, at the end of these three speeches, thank you, Priyanka. At the end of these three speeches, you will have a chance to vote quickly for a quick poll. Thank you, Abhishek. Let's mute. At the end of the three speakers, you will get a chance to participate in a poll. So be fair in that poll. And beforehand, I declare that, yes, you can vote for yourself as well. Time now for us to move to the speaker number two, who is Megha Bansal. Before calling Megha up, let's invite her evaluator, Utkarsh Sharma. Utkarsh,
Thank you,
have
Toastmaster.
an audio video check.
Am I audible? Am I?
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. Toastmaster Megha is attempting Project 1, Level 2 of Dynamic Leadership Project. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The speech that she should create must be well written and clearly focused. Her goal is to meet an expressed purpose statement, which for her is to educate and inform people about financial planning. Her speech length is 5 to 7 minutes, and I wish Toastmaster Megha all the very best for her speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you, Utkarsh. Just a small point of correction. All the three speakers today are delivering their second or third speech. So that will mean that all three of them are from level 1 in their respective paths. And it will be either project 2 or part 2 of the project 2.
Right.
Megha, so Megha, let's have you on the spotlight. Megha Bansal is also our past Sergeant at Arms in the past term. Request Utkarsh to spotlight Megha. Timing is for 5 to 7 minutes. Now, Megha Bansal is, before Megha, it was Ankit who was talking about speaking because he is from presentation mastery path. Megha is from dynamic leadership path. So her speech will veer towards taking those dynamic monetary decisions. And no wonder today he is delivering a topic related to money, money, money. Megha, let's have a quick audio video check.
Yes, am I audible and visible?
You're audible and visible. Are you joining us with mobile?
Yes, I'm with mobile joining.
All right. Just beforehand, giving you a heads up, let's not have any calls coming in between. And even if that does, just keep looking at the timing screen properly. Let me know if you can see the timing cards. Priyanka, can we quickly share timing cards for her? What color is visible to you?
This is red.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So we are doing this timing check specifically for those who are delivering speeches via mobile. Let's have Megha Bansal now delivering her speech. Friends, I present to you speaker number 2, Megha Bansal. How to save money. How to save money, Megha Bansal.
Good evening, everyone. Have you ever watched KBC? I'm sure you all have. Now, have you ever wondered what happens to those who earn crores from the show? What do they do with that money? Did their life really change? Let me tell you, yes, their life do change, but in the short run. In the long run, they hardly have huge impact on their life. In fact, have you heard about Sushil Kumar? In his interview, 1 or 2 years ahead of winning, he called that phase as the worst phase of his life. Can you believe it? Money is supposed to buy happiness, right? Like this is a very common debate, like can money buy happiness? But this is not really the case in the real life. Now, what goes wrong actually? Especially a layman, he is weak in financial planning. What do I think? When he see money in his hand, he becomes impulsive and he spent the money rashly, which should not be the case. So here, I, being a CA myself, will tell you certain points to how to plan your finances. Now, what financial planning is? To define it, financial planning is a step-by-step approach to understand your life's goal and to achieve it by understanding what the expenses are in advance and to take care of those expenses. Now, I'm going to give you certain points. Hope every point gives some value to you. First, the very old equation that we learned in our childhood days that income minus expenditure equals saving should be changed. It is completely wrong. Instead, income minus expenditure, income minus savings equals expenditure. My dear friends, savings are utmost necessary. One should save 20% of his monthly income. Obviously, the percentage can vary depending on the circumstances. Second, budget your expenses. It will help you keep track on it. You'll be able to know your expenses behavior. And a very famous idiom, cut your dress according to your cloth, meaning jitni chadar utna pair phailao. Third, This applies to middle class people especially, but it can apply to every person somewhere. Now, there are two expenses which can exhaust you economically. What are they? Wedding expense, if it is a girl's wedding, especially because in India we have this culture of big fat weddings. And second, medical expenses. My dear friends, as our family grows, our method of saving should also grow. Like when you're married, make sure that your spouse is covered in health or life insurance. So get himself or herself covered in your plan or take a new one for him. I have seen this tendency many a times that people don't want to take insurance because they feel it as a waste of money, and they somehow do not want to believe that some misfortune can happen to them or their family. But what if it happens? It can be so devastating, believe me. So have insurances in place. Then, if you have a baby, and if it is a girl child, open a Sukanya Samriddhi account for her. It is a long-term investment and a risk-free investment. And when she'll turn 21, you'll have a good amount of money, just not to spend in her wedding, but also for her education. And now when I'm talking about Samriddhi account, I'm going to give you a tip. If you already have the account and you are investing in it in a monthly deposit, then make sure you deposit the amount before 5th of every month. You'll gain maximum interest in that scenario. Now, try to have more than one source of income. In this time of inflation, it is very much difficult to keep up with your lifestyle with one source. Next, try to invest in sovereign gold bonds instead of physical gold, because it will help you save the making charges in case of sale. And our government is endorsing so much about sovereign gold bond that in case of sale, you'll be exempt from the capital gains tax as well. Lastly, file your income tax return on time. It will help, not just help you in getting the refund of the TDS so deducted, but also will make you financial disciplined. I also wanted to add one point. If any one of you are working in startups or you are eligible for ESOPs, I'm assuming you all know what ESOPs are. So do read carefully your plan, especially the exercise period on that plan. 3 month or less period is considered unfair, completely unfair. So there could be several other ways of planning your finances depending on your chadar, as I said before. So keep it with up, keep that with up. And I want to conclude my speech by giving a quote from a very famous author, Robert Kiyosaki. He has write the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. Financial freedom happens to those who learn about it and work for it. That's all by my side. Thank you and have a nice evening.
Thank you so much, speaker number 2, Megha, for all those practical tips. I believe many of us are aware of some of these tips, but don't necessarily follow. This is high time we make this session productive and learn from it. In turn, let us learn, let us help Megha learn from our feedback. Let's do the same exercise. Let's provide quick feedback under quick 1 minute. Speaker, kindly let me know when the minute is up. A request Utkarsh to make my video on the spotlight. My audio account, put that on the spotlight and give me co-host access, please. Utkarsh?
Yes, doing it right away.
Thank you. Thank you, Priyanka. Let's have speaker number 3, her evaluator on the spotlight. That will be our timer herself, Priyanka Mishra. Please note everyone that Priyanka has an emergency to go, and we are thankful to her that despite that, she is attending the meeting like a true soldier of our Toastmasters, Turning Point Toastmasters. So we will have a quick evaluation immediately after the speaker number 3, especially for her. But in between, we will have a quick polling. So there will be some kind of transition in between. Priyanka, what's the objective for speaker number 3, Neeraj?
Thank you, Toastmaster Day. Speaker Neeraj is going to attempt her speech on understanding her communication style. The purpose of this project is for her to learn about different communication styles and identify her primary style. Timer, please note the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. And Toastmaster Day, I really need a volunteer to time this speech because I would be focusing more on her evaluation.
Utkarsh, can we do that? I know
Certainly.
I'm burdening too many things on you, but that will be really kind
that's
of you.
perfectly. I'll do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Priyanka, as well. Neeraj, let's have you on the spotlight, please.
Am I audible and visible?
You're audible. Now you are on the spotlight as well. And you are visible as well. Friends, Neeraj is, as discussed, once again attempting from a project which focuses on communication. In Pathways, we have all these different mixes and matches of paths, some of which are catered to your needs. So you have a chance to pick those who are becoming our new members or reinstate their memberships very soon. This is specifically for you. Neeraj's path is presentation mastery, and this is her first speech from level 2. And congratulations on completing your level 1, by the way. Are you somewhere in the hill stations, or like I heard they are not safe anymore? Are you?
Yeah, it's relevant to my so no, it's just virtual background.
All right. I see there is a small lag on your device, but that should not concern because your audio was fairly smooth. So friends, speaker number 3, I present to you Neeraj Singla, my communication style. My communication style, Neeraj Singla.
If I ask you, what is your communication style and how is it affecting your interaction with others, would you be able to answer me? I was also blank like this when my boss asked me, Neeraj, how your communication style is going to affect this organization. At the same time, my critical mind in the backhand went somewhere else thinking, who the hell is this person who just categorized the way we sit, stand, walk, interact, build a relationship to make our life more complex? But now this was my time to tell him, I will get back to you, and disconnected the call. Searching my communication style landed me to one of the very good resources of Toastmasters, where it mentioned communication style is of 4 types. Let me tell you a short story about myself, after which you will be able to tell your communication style and how it has impacted your life. One fine, pleasant day, I was standing in my balcony. The weather was really good. I was enjoying my tea, looking at the sky. It was neither very hot nor very cold. Suddenly, a voice came behind me. My husband, Neeraj, I have planned to go on trek. Not very fond of surprise plans and always running away from the activities which needs physical stamina, denied it completely. But his love for nature forced me to go along with him. So I left with no choice. In no time, he called all of his friends to join us, also invited his friend's friend to join this trek. We all decided to meet at one entry point. When I reached there, I saw many new faces I have never seen before. My husband, introduced me to all of them and created very comfortable and friendly environment. Here, my husband showed initiating communication style. This style is sociable, enthusiastic, energetic, spontaneous, fun-loving, self-assured, innovative, and persuasive. He may be perceived as someone who talks more than listens. He likes to feel accepted and is motivated by relationships. He prefers a stimulated, personal, and friendly work environment. Now coming back to the track. After moving couple of miles, I started feeling very hungry. As the plan was very sudden, we didn't bring anything to eat. All stalls were closed. I started feeling dizziness and left with no energy to move further. Looking at my condition, a girl approached me, offered me snacks, and started walking along with me. She kept asking me, "Neeraj, do you need anything?" On the way, she also listened to my boring random stories very patiently and calmly. Now, this style is supportive communication style. This style is calm, steady, approachable, sincere, gentle, cooperative, dependable, and loyal. She may appear indecisive. She is often modest, prefer praise by given privately, patient and slow-paced. She likes a personal, relaxed, no-tension environment. Back to our track. Now we have reached to the top of the hill. We all were enjoying this scenic view of the mountains. Nobody was looking at their phones. We played few games. Everybody shared their thoughts about how God has created beautiful place for a man to enjoy. After a while, we started going back to our homes. Soon, the rising sun cast rosy hue across the morning. Soon the temperature reached around 35 degrees Celsius. It was stifling heat, and I was not able to cope with that. Hot weather is definitely not my thing. I kept asking my husband, how much time is left? But his answers were always like, we are about to reach. Few more kilometers. We are just there. I was so frustrated and roasted. I shouted at him, please tell me very directly how many meters left. He replied, 2 kilometers in a very soft voice. Now this communication style is here I asked him for a direct communication style. This style is decisive, competitive, independent, confident, focused, result-oriented, ambitious, goal-oriented, and driven. Then, on the way, we decided to buy some household goods. There, when we asked the price from the shopkeeper, it was like daylight robbery. Immediately, my husband threw lots of facts, figures, logics on his face and managed to get discount. Now, this style was analytical style. This style is precise, exact, analytical, logical, systematic, and task-oriented. He's sometimes perceived as perfectionist as well. If you ask me my communication style, 70% of the time, I prefer supportive and initiative communication style because it helps me to get comfortable at any place with very diverse people and create meaningful connections. 30% of the time, I used analytical and direct communication style, especially at workplace. No communication style is better than other. You have to be very astute to know the situation and then choose the right communication style accordingly. So good so far. Now it's your time to tell me your communication style in the chat box. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Anand.
Thank you so much, Neeraj. We will definitely tell you your communication style and our communication style after a fabulous speech. Folks, same drill. Let's take 1 minute and provide a quick one-liner, two-liner feedback to Neeraj in private chat. Thank you, Utkarsh. Priyanka, please make a note. And before you leave, please provide your timing report to Utkarsh and me as well. Believe it's 1 minute up, nearly. So in that case, before Priyanka comes on stage, to give her a small breather, why don't we switch our videos on and take a quick meeting selfie with your favorite reactions, thumbs ups, etc., etc., etc. Let's have a quick emojis like this, and request Utkarsh and anyone else who is having a laptop, maybe Srishti, maybe Neeraj, to quickly have a selfie on 3, 2, 1. One more. Give us a confirmation that it's done. All right. Thank you so much, Utkarsh. And folks, due to a personal emergency, we will slightly tweak the flow today for Priyanka. So apologies to everyone beforehand for that. After Priyanka's evaluation, we will launch the poll for best speaker as well. For now, let's have Priyanka on the stage. Quick audio video check.
Thank you, Anant. Am I audible, visible?
And spotlighted, yes. Utkarsh, the timing is your charge from now on. When you are doing the evaluation later, we will find a replacement as well. Priyanka, please go ahead.
Thank you. My dear Toastmasters and guests, our speaker Neeraj talked about her communication style in her project and corresponding speech. So let's see how Neeraj's speech was. For a while, I just thought, why don't Neeraj was my school teacher? The way she talked about the communication style, different kind of communication styles in a story, I could never forget that. Not only one, she almost 3 or 4 communication styles she molded in every parts and every step of the story. Incredible job, Neeraj. You can do wonderful in storytelling in future. That's really great. If it is a very boring topic, you can make it very interesting. I'm sure of that. How about you excelled in the way you told the story? How could we improve this speech? The first thing, the communication style. When you the project was to talk about your own communication or somebody else's communication style and how it is impacting you. We talked about 3 or 4 communication styles. That is really great. However, our time is very short. We have only 7 minutes. How about we stick to only one communication style? For example, supportive communication or initiative communication style. How you would have started with that and only stick to one only communication style. You could have created more impact because we could have talked about what is the communication style about, then how it impacted you and around you, the people around you, and concluded your speech accordingly. your speech would have been great. Second, how about I give a suggestion? You might, rather than keeping the whole speech in a text format or doc format in your laptop, because it interrupts your flow of the speech. How about we keep pointers, sticky notes? Just keep sticky notes on your laptop. It will be very easier for you and less distracting while giving the speech. The third suggestion, the reflection. Can you see a reflection on in front of me? There is a light reflection. I could find a reflection on your specs or on your eyes that you're using. Your laptop's reflection was very distracting while you were giving the speech. So you could try to avoid that because it was a little distracting. So in short, or in summary, you're a great storyteller, Neeraj. And the communication style, the way you have talked about, it was really interesting. I loved it. You need to work on making or sticking to one thing or one topic at a time in any of the speeches you give, using pointers, and try to manage try to more conscious of the stage, virtual stage. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much for those careful observations. I'm very proud of you, my mentee. Brilliant job done. Thank you so much, Priyanka, and reminding again to pass on your timings for the first two speakers to Utkarsh and me both in private window. Thank you. Friends, time now for us to unwind, relax a bit for the next 15 minutes or so. It's time for table topics. Inviting on the stage for table topics, someone who is taking this role for the very first time. One more CA in the house. I'm like literally bored of CAs, but good for CA communities because the CA community is going to have some terrific speakers thanks to this club and our visionary president, Madhav Upadhyay. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, please taking a note. I invite on the stage Piyush Jain for a quick audio video check. Is it just me or is there any audio issue with Piyush?
I think Toastmaster Piyush is muted.
Okay,
Hello?
Piyush, try now. Better now.
Hello?
Piyush, a longer sentence, Piyush.
Is I'm visible now?
Oh, yes, you are visible, you are audible, and you are going to put the stage on fire in metaphorical sense. Literally, it will be something disastrous. So, Piyush, stage is all yours. Go ahead.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Anand, for this lovely introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests. It's time for one of the most exciting part of the meeting, the table topics. I am Piyush, your table topic master of the day. So before we start, let me brief you about the rules. I will give volunteer a topic and the speaker is required to speak for 1 or 2 minutes. You will see a green signal after 1 minute, which is a minimum time you need to speak to, and a yellow signal at 1 minute 30 seconds, followed by a red signal at 2 minutes. Keep in mind that the participants are disqualified at 2 minutes 30 seconds. I also encourage you to use the word of the day, loquacious. Kindly note that this session is not restricted to members alone. Yes, even the guests can participate. So let's get started. Who wants to be first? Can you show your hands? Okay, let's start with the Gunjan Sharma first. Can we have Gunjan Sharma on the stage? Spotlight, please. Hi, Gunjan.
Hi, Piyush. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible and perfectly visible. So the topic for you is share different activities that can be enjoyed on a rainy day. I repeat, share different activities that can be enjoyed on a rainy day. Over to you, Gunjan Sharma.
Okay, so number one, I just love the day when it rains. The last rain that has happened, so I live in Gurgaon, the last rain that has happened was in the last weekend. So it rained throughout on Saturday and Sunday, and it rained like cat and dogs. the best part about the rain is whenever it starts raining, I start looking for a tea partner because I'm a very much tea lover, and I look for my tea partner, and it's mostly my husband. But sometimes he goes to office and like he's on his hybrid working mode. When he's not around, I never shy away from, you know, I don't restrict myself. I have tea alone and go to my balcony, sit there, enjoy the weather, and have that. During this last weekend, I was out for 5 hours and it was just amazing. I enjoyed the entire Gurgaon roads, which were turned into swimming pools, like oceans and everything, waterfalls and everything. I could witness that. I then We also went to Banjara market. We did a bit shopping while it was raining. Our shoes were fully into the mud and we were all wet, and stuffs like that happened. Like the day was really amazing. So thanks for reminding me that of that day. So yes, I like everything about a rainy day, and I think, and one more thing that I like about the rainy day is like from my childhood, whenever it started raining, like whenever it was mostly drizzling, especially, me and my brother used to step out and started playing badminton. So this was my crazy childhood memory about the rains. So yes, thank you. That is all about my crazy stuff that I do and I enjoy during the rainy day. What is yours, Toastmaster Piyush Jain? Over to you.
Thank you, Gunjan, for sharing your wonderful experience. I'm too fond of tea and I love to eat pakoras along with tea and watch rain from my balcony. And this is listening to the Arijit Singh songs for sure. So let's move to the next speaker. Let's call Brinda. Can we please have Brinda on the spotlight?
Yeah.
Hi, Brinda.
Hi.
Is it feasible for you to open the camera?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be visible enough, but
Okay, no issues. So
I
your topic
I
is
issue I'm not able to open the camera somehow.
okay, no issue, Brinda. So your topic is rain and childhood memories. I repeat, rain and childhood memories. Over to you, Brinda.
Um, so rain. So I don't know if anybody else has loved rain in childhood. My own the memory that I have from my childhood is that when it used to rain, we used to block those drainage and we used to slide in that rain. When it is all filled up, your terrace is all filled up with the water. It's fun there. You just sliding through the water. Apart from that, also remember that how my mom used to make those pakoras, the different types of pakoras that I used to get every time it started raining. Even it started drizzling, it's like, oh my god, it's amazing that I'm getting pakoras, I'm getting hot tea, I'm getting that time I used to love the hot Bonvita, if I'm correct in that sense, because I remember that Bonvita was something for us at that time. Also, I who actually come from a city called Alwar, if anybody have heard about it, it's in Rajasthan. So we have a small lake there where it said that it is the Raja, the king of Alwar. He used to be there. He used to go there just to enjoy the view. We have an amazing lake there. It was our picnic spot. We used to pack our sandwiches, dhoklas, lassi, and we used to take it there. We used to enjoy, just sit beside the lake and have it. So that's like the best memory I have of rain and my childhood. I would like to conclude my speech for the day.
Thank you so much, Brinda. We all are getting a nostalgic feeling about our childhood days. It was wonderful. So let's move to Mansi. Can we have Mansi on the stage, please?
Yes.
Hi, Mansi. So your topic for the day is your go-to-go food during rainy weather. Your go-to-go food during rainy weather. Over to you, Mansi.
Please repeat the topic.
Your topic is your go-to-go food, what you like to have during rainy weather.
Okay. First of all, I love rainfall whenever rain, because rain brings calmness, tranquility, and it's bring peace in my mind. And what I love to eat in rainy day is that hot food. It may be tea, coffee, as everyone says and everyone likes to have in rainy day. But other than food, I also love to make a paper boat and enjoy with it in rainy day. And I also get wet myself in raindrops. I think I feel the raindrops and others just get wet, but I also love to wet in raindrops. I also love the sound of rain tapping the windows. So that's all from me, Piyush. Over to you.
Thank you, Mansi, for sharing your experience. Now, in the interest of time, let's have the last topic. So, Madhav Assist, can we have you on the same spotlight, please?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. So, your topic is what emotion does rain bring in you? I repeat, what emotion does rain bring in you? Over to you, Madhav.
Yeah, rain is pretty nice, but the emotion that rain brings in me is strictly eating food. The go-to food for me in rainy days is Maggie. I'm not a pakoda lover. I'm not like that kind of guy. I love eating Maggie and enjoy rain because the sound of the rain, as Anant mentioned earlier, is very soothing. When it rains, I just go out, not in the rain, but outside of the house, just below my terrace, and I just enjoy the sound of rain and the different sound of animals which comes because when it rains, they start to hurdle and like get under a shelter or something. And I make myself a Maggie and I eat Maggie and I enjoy the rain. That's all for me. And the one more thing that I like to enjoy during rain is that I particularly I don't like humidity as much. So I turn on the heater. So it becomes less humid for me. Yeah, that's all for me.
Thank you, Madhav. So, thank you everyone for being such fabulous participants. Can I request Toastmaster of the evening, Anant, to launch the poll for the table topic speakers?
I will further request Utkarsh to launch it. Yes, it is launched.
Please cast your votes. Over to you, Toastmaster Anant. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Piyush. And what fabulous array of table topics we had today. Can we all give him a huge round of applause? Brilliant job done, mate. That was really, really professional on your part. And while we all had fun, hope there will be quick participation by all of you because the poll will be launched in next 5 seconds. After that, I request Utkarsh to launch another poll for the best prepared speaker. Yeah, let's close the previous one and launch the new one. Thank you. As I can see, it's a very tight race. And yes, you can vote for yourself as well, or for your husband or wife, for all I care. Now, that brings us to the fulcrum of the entire Toastmasters experience. While we all can be loquacious in positive sense or not so positive sense. It is the evaluation that helps us analyze and find out for ourselves what all did we do good while on the stage today, and where all can we improve. We don't necessarily call it a criticism or the bad things or bad stuff. We call it an area to improve, an opportunity to enhance our skills. You have seen a small demo from evaluator number 3, Priyanka, today on that note. With apologies to general evaluator who should have called her up, but in the interest of time, I did so, broke the flow. With these apologies, well, apologies are just because I saved my skin from her evaluation today. But I know this is of no use. She will be very critical, but very nurturing in her evaluation today. Folks, friends, I present to you one of the finest speakers of district level contestant we have produced in the past term, and in this term she is going to take the club to new heights, starting with the evaluation role today. So general evaluator Srishti Mehrotra, let's have you on the spotlight, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anant. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, and the stage will be all yours. Over to you.
Thank you so much. So I'll begin my evaluation now by calling on to the 2 out of 3 remaining evaluators. We will go over the speech evaluation and then I will give my evaluation and also the tag team's evaluation. So for now, I will call evaluator 1, which is Toastmaster Surjit, to evaluate Toastmaster Ankit's speech.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator.
Toastmaster Surjit, can we just have a quick audio check? I think your volume was a little low.
Am I audible?
Yeah, now
so I have to speak. Hi. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Generative AI, its applications and implications. It was really a wonderful topic for this speech, and this is really the topic which everyone wants to know or learn more about the artificial intelligence. You started well with the intro of the application, that is generative AI. You were really confident on the stage and you keep the eye contact throughout your speech. You used your hand gestures very well and body language was good. Few recommendations from my side. This speech was an overview of generative AI. You talked about the benefit, harmful impact of this technology, but that was just an overview. So it would be better if you could have talked about a particular application or area of this AI. For example, in ChatGPT, we can give the command to the ChatGPT that, for example, write a 1,000 word speech, and then you give topic and when you get that 1,000 word speech, then you can enhance that speech by your inputs and give your speech. And one harmful impact of this technology is that when you are getting a already prepared speech, then you have very less chance of learning. So if you are writing the speech from starting, so there you have a lot of scope of learning. So that is one impact of AI. So second recommendation is you are sitting, just close the camera. So if you are giving speech, so keep the camera at a certain distance or try to give speech by standing so that you can utilize the stage very well. So third recommendation is you can engage the audience by asking questions in the initial or in the middle so that you can engage the audience. Overall, this speech was fantastic. It was interesting speech and you hooked the audience throughout your speech. You were very clear with the vocal variety. Your gestures were good. Audience was very much interested in your speech, and you were comfortable on stage. So with this, you fulfilled the purpose of your speech. Good luck for your next speeches. So over to you, Madam General Manager.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sujit. And now I will call upon Evaluator 2, which is also our presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Utkarsh, for his evaluation of Toastmaster Megha's speech.
I would request Srishti to do the duty of timer just because Utkarsh is facilitating that. Let me know if that's possible for you, or I will find a different alternative.
Okay, just give me one moment and I will do it.
Rohan has volunteered. Rohan, in case you are ready, then you can do that as well. Since you are also a host, so you can share the cards as well. Srishti, so Rohan will take charge, and Utkarsh, after a quick audio video check, you can begin. Srishti, please.
Am I audible and visible? Thank you. Thank you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Megha today attempted to present a speech which was projected towards writing with a purpose. And I have the distinct pleasure of evaluating a captivating speech that focused on a topic that is near and dear to all of our hearts, which is saving money. The speaker definitely took us on a journey through various strategies and techniques aimed at helping us become more financial savvy and achieve our financial goals. First and foremost, Toastmaster Megha exhibited a strong command of the subject matter. I must appreciate her for that. Her knowledge and expertise, courtesy of being a CA on the topic of saving money, was definitely evident from the outset, and she effectively conveyed this information to the audience. The speech was well researched, and she provided a wealth of practical tips and insights that were both informative and applicable to our daily lives. The audience undoubtedly left with a greater understanding of the importance of saving money and how to go about doing so. In terms of the organization of the speech, it followed a clear and logical structure. So kudos to you for that. Few recommendations to you, Toastmaster Megha. Firstly, respect the punctuations. You have to have frequent pauses. Without the pauses, the speech definitely becomes one-dimensional. Second, refrain the usage of Hindi language, which I thought you used once. This is precisely because there might be speakers in the meeting or the members in the meeting who may not be Hindi speakers. They won't be able to understand that. So avoid that. There were definitely a few grammar usages here and there, which should ideally be avoided in a prepared speech. Especially towards the end, when you refer to the quote, you said, he said this or he write this. You use the first tense, if I'm not wrong. So it should ideally be avoided. It should be past tense, that he wrote that or he said that. Apart from that, if it was for some emergent reasons that you connected via mobile, that's fine. Otherwise, I would advise you to connect via laptop so that we could have a better visibility and better voice of yours. This is all. I have absolute privilege listening to you. You did wonderfully well. All the best for your future growth. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Utkarsh. And that is the end of our speech evaluation session, as we've already had the speech evaluation for Speaker 3 shared with us earlier. Now, I would like to call upon the timer, which is also Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Can I come at the last because I have to tabulate a lot of things?
All right. Okay, so we'll go the opposite way. We will start with the grammarian, which is Toastmaster Rohan. Toastmaster Rohan, can we have an audio video check?
Hi, Srishti. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
So today we had 3 great speakers. They were so loquacious to hear, and I had got a few words from their speeches. If you'll say in Ankit have spoke one IDOMS, which is great power comes with great responsibilities, and he have used word perplexing, which means very puzzling. Coming to Megha, use items like cut your dress according to your clothes, means check financially if you are able to spend these things or not. And one more sayings she told about, like Rich Dad Poor Dad, that financial freedom is available to those who learn about it and work for it. Then coming to the Neeraj, she used word spontaneous, which is done or happening suddenly or not planned. Gunjan used idioms like the day was like cat and dogs. Coming to Utkarsh, while evaluating speech, he told that financial savvy, which means financially knowledgeable. And I saw two people who have used word of the day, which is loquacious, is report for today. And over back to you, General Evaluator Srishti.
Thank you for your report, Toastmaster Rohan. Now, calling upon the counter for tonight, Toastmaster Madhav Vashisht. Can we have your spotlight, please?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible,
visible?
you are visible, and you are confusingly in a very refreshing place.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I like dogs, man. It's cool dog. So yeah, the thing is, can you all see the screen? Okay. So Ankit spoke 7 times. Megha spoke 10 plus times, and so 1 time. Neeraj, surprisingly, ma'am, very nice. Haven't spoke any filler words. Gunjan spoke 1 time. Brinda spoke 2 times. Mansi spoke 3 times, and so 2 times. Me spoke 4 times, and so 2 times. Anand spoke 10 plus times. Surjit spoke 10 plus times. Utkar spoke 7 times. Shrishti 1, and Rohan spoke 10 plus times. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhav. Do we have the timer's report ready? Okay, then calling upon Toastmaster Utkarsh, can we just have I think you're audible and visible. Let's just go ahead with this.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I'll just share my screen to show the timing report. Can you give me a nod, General Evaluator, if this is visible?
If you can stretch it by increasing the percentage at the bottom right. Yeah, the percentage.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I think there's some error. Yeah. Just give me a minute. I'm not good with Excel. Can I just do it? Give me 2 minutes, please. I don't know what happened.
Just scroll up on the right hand side.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Guys, I'll just speak it out loud. I have the report with me. I'll just speak it out loud. Ankit spoke for 5 minutes, 48 seconds. Megha spoke for just 1 minute.
Or we can do one thing, Toastmaster Utkarsh, while you figure that out, I'll just go over the rest of the report and we'll come back to timer.
I'll just write the entire report on the chat box. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Utkarsh. And I know I find Excel just as confusing as you do. So here's kudos for trying it anyway. Okay. Now on to the evaluation of the meeting. The meeting started almost on time. Rohan, you are our new Sergeant at Arms and you are beginning very well. I see that you're also starting to remember some of the speech or some of the opening script, and that's great. I just have one recommendation for you. I would suggest that since you are the first speaking member of any Toastmasters meeting or any Turning Point meeting, and you are the person responsible for the first impression for any of our guests, try to practice this script a few more times in your own time. I know that in time you will start to become very familiar with it. It'll feel like second nature, but try that it becomes a little bit more natural and that you don't skip some words. So that is just one recommendation for you. For our presiding officer, Utkarsh, I think you are doing your job fabulously. You greeted the guests, you greeted all the Toastmasters. Toastmaster Anant, here is, I cannot see you. I wish I could see you, but first of all, I think I would like to commend you on stepping up at almost the last minute and taking up Toastmaster of the Day. I think that is a very important demonstration of your leadership. And I think that is, that's a great demonstration. And another demonstration of your leadership, I think, is also the humility with which you conduct all the meetings and your willingness to learn. So, for example, most recently, in the last few meetings, I see that you have made constant attempts to incorporate more inclusive language. And I really salute you for that, because I do know that nowhere else is this a requirement. And this is your own willingness to learn, despite being a distinguished Toastmaster, despite being part of the organization for over a decade, almost a decade and a half. You still continue to keep pushing yourself and learning more, and I think that's great. Right. Now, going on to GE, I need to admit that I was not focused. I should have had a quick reference of all of the roles, at least the evaluation roles, which I did not have. And as a result, I fumbled a little bit. So I'll be writing a note about this whenever I'm taking up any roles in the future. Now, for speeches, I think we've had great evaluations, and we had 3 speeches. So I'll skip any comments about that, because I think everything has already been said. I have an evaluation for Priyanka, but I'll share that with her personally as she is not here. Now on to the table topics. First of all, Toastmaster Piyush, that was, sorry. Yeah, am I able to see you? Yeah, okay, I'm able to see. Okay, so Toastmaster Piyush, I think that was a very good list of very relevant table topics. They were all very close to the theme, and I liked how prepared you were, even though it was your first time. Just a little bit of recommendation for you is that because people are here and they're used to a particular format, I would encourage you to use that format, which is speaker name, topic, speaker name. Right? And try not to add any words around that, which is a mistake I have made, but that can actually cause a little bit of confusion for the timer, for the speaker, when they're actually starting to speak and when it needs to be timed. Individual speakers, I think Toastmaster Gunjan, you had a very sweet response to a very sweet question. You included a personal story. You added imagery of your shoes getting wet and dirty. One thing, the only recommendation I have for you is when you include very local terms or local places such as Banjara Market, your audience may or may not be aware of what this place is. And therefore, if you could just use a few extra words and elaborate on what you're speaking about, or what kind of place is Banjara market, which will help people relate with that better. With the Brinda, I think it was very well attempted. I really appreciated the way you spoke, and I don't have any recommendations for you at this point. With Mansi, I think it is great that you spoke all the way. I do feel that somewhere you felt that you ran out of things to say about that particular topic. And but I'm glad that you finished the topic anyway. Next time, what you can do is you can try to incorporate a little bit more visual imagery, or a little bit more details and descriptions to use, or to be able to speak more on the topic. Madhav, Toastmaster Madhav, I think the only thing that I have written here is I have written Maggie with a heart next to it. So I think that is all that I wanted to communicate with you about that. Now for the evaluation, evaluators. Toastmaster Surjit, I think in terms of your evaluation, you are experienced. You use the CRC or the Oreo approach, and your content was spot on. I think somewhere I would like, the only recommendation I would have would be to probably maybe practice a little bit more on the pronunciation of your words, and I think everything else is already very good. With Toastmaster Utkarsh, you made a list of pros and cons. What I would like for you, or what I would suggest for you to do, is for you to tie it together, either by adding a conclusion or by using the CRC approach, which is commendation, recommendation, and challenge, or the Oreo approach, where you have like positive, negative, positive, or like a sandwich, or at this point right now, it was like an open sandwich. So, right, so we would like to close the sandwich. And Toastmaster Rohan, for your grammarian report, I think you did well. I appreciate the word. I think it is great and relevant, and yet it's the right kind of complicated to use in a meeting like this. So I really appreciated the word. And I know today I have been loquacious, and I try to be less of it. One thing that I would have liked to see from Toastmaster Rohan in his grammarian report is a little bit more about the incorrect usage, because I noticed a lot of grammatical errors which were repeated throughout the meeting by several people. So it would have been nice if those got called out as well. That being said, I think it was a great meeting overall, and everybody was well prepared. And it's great that we had 3 speakers. And yeah, that's the end of my report. So yes, handing the spotlight back over to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you so much, Christy. That was a fabulous effort in general evaluation. You did everything by the book, including reporting about yourself as well. That's precisely how it is done. Salute for the attention to detail. The reason you joined Toastmasters for, remember that you spoke about it today as well. It was about having that executive presence, the gravitas. And today in your report, it was visible throughout. It was a commanding presence on the stage. And thank you for inspiring us to go with the same attention to detail for all the roles. Everyone else, you did a fabulous, fabulous job on your roles. While we take the audience feedback as a presiding officer is coming ahead, I would like him to launch a few polls in this particular order. Let's launch for a best evaluator poll, and launch it for quick 10 seconds or so. The moment you have around 8 or 9 polls responses, you can close it. Oh, we already hit 8, 9, 10. One more. All 11, you can close it. All 11 have participated. Let's now launch for the best auxiliary role player. Audience is quite involved today. Everyone is in it for real. And immediately afterwards, for the best role player among the table topic master, Toastmaster of the evening, and general evaluator. I will also tabulate these results while you take the audience feedback and pass it on to you in the chat, so you don't have to individually find it out. I'll do that for you. Closing on my theme.
There's one more poll left. Best role player.
I'm sure. Oh, you are yet to launch it. Please do so. While you do so, and while the audience provides their feedback, closing on my theme over here, while the raindrops pour, you don't need anyone else to actually have a conversation with. It's the best time to have a conversation with yourself. This is the season of monsoon in India. It is the most tropical rainy season over here in the subcontinent. And while the consistency of the rain is not the same everywhere, from the east to west, of south to north to northeast, the emotion stays the same. In this highly dense populated country, we have the same challenges on emotional level as other human beings in other parts of the world, which is to find a connection with someone. If there is connection with a person, well, with only one person in your vicinity, you find yourself completed. Otherwise, in a huge, hustling, bustling place, you still find yourself alone. And loneliness is not a bad thing. As I called, soliloquy is not just my favorite word. It is actually a moment of comfort for me as well. Once in a while, have a conversation with yourself. And the best place, the best surrounding to have this is amidst the nature. And what better moment of nature than the raindrops dropping on the scorched earth. It also gives birth to one of my favorite words in English, petrichor, the fresh smell of the soil when the raindrops pour on it for the first time. Experience that. Money can wait. The kind of thrift that we do with money, that can wait. The shopping can wait. The other exterior pleasures, they all can wait. Have a moment with yourself amidst the nature. Have a conversation with yourself. Who knows? It might strike a new idea with you. It might give you your career, your professional, your personal relationships, a new direction. Experience that. If nothing else, at least a Toastmaster speech idea will come up from it. And if yes, then do pour those ideas in the WhatsApp group that we have for our club meeting preparation. Nominate for roles and speeches while the raindrops pour outside. Signing off on the theme and handing over to our presiding officer, Utkarsh Sharma. Over to you.
Can we have a solid appreciation through a humongous applause for Toastmaster Anand, please, for being so gracious enough and taking up the role of Toastmaster of the day at very, very short notice. And as Toastmaster Srishti said, true leaders stand up when the team truly needs them. And Toastmaster Anand has shown this exemplary trait today. Well, we had a wonderful meeting today. We had wonderful 3 speakers, superb table topics, and it's time for me to take some feedbacks. Can we have Brinda on Spotlight? And for a quick feedback from Brinda.
I don't have much to say. I really enjoyed the session. This 2 hours, like 2 hours. I was not able to guess also that the 2 hours has already passed by. It was really nice session. I am actually looking forward to joining. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for making me a part of the session, making me a guest to the session.
Thank you so much, Brinda. We can't wait to welcome you as a member of this club. Please keep coming. please keep showing your presence, and that would be truly appreciated. Thank you. Mansi, thank you. Mansi, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Can you give us a quick feedback, Mansi?
Yes, it was as amazing as always. I really love to enjoy and be a part of this meeting. And it's very interesting, informative. I really want to join. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mansi. We love to have you here for longer. Please keep coming for the meeting. Thank you. It's time for me to announce the results for today. We'll start with best prepared speaker. Oh, it was a tough fight, I must say, but by a whisker of margin, the winner today is speaker number 1, Toastmaster Ankit. Can we have a huge round of applause for Ankit? I think it's his first win as a speaker, if I'm not wrong. Right. Next up, we will go for best top table topic speaker. Again, a very close fight, and we do not have a winner. We have 3 winners who are tied for the first place. We have Toastmaster Gunjan, Toastmaster Vrinda, and Toastmaster Mansi as the winners, with 3 votes for each. Can we have a huge applause for all 3 of them? Next up, best auxiliary role player. Again, a close fight, but by a whisker of margin, it's grammarian Rohan who has won. Next up, we have best speech evaluator. Again, a very close fight, but the winner is myself. Thank you. And last but not the least, we have best role player. Well, no surprises there. The best role player goes to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Shrishti. Thank you guys for this wonderful meeting. I request Toastmaster Anant to kindly pause the live session.
Sure. And we have dear Diana joining us. So request Diana to share her feedback as well, though she joined at the very last minute. So Diana, over to you as well. Diana, I wish you would have joined us early. We would have loved to have a counter from you. Next time for sure.
Okay.
Hope you had a nice birthday last week, Diana.
Thank you.
All right. Friends, how about now nominating for a few roles or speech slots, specifically Toastmaster of the evening? Anyone who would like to give any random daily life topic a go, because I will help you out personally on that. So anyone who has not done it before? Anyone? Any speakers? Utkarsh, please note that I will have one prepared speech slot if available next week.
We have the slots available for next week, but not next to next week. But we definitely
all right. So then I will definitely take it for next week itself. Ankit, what would you like to go with?
Yeah. I would also give my next speech for basically on the improvement of my current speech.
Fantastic.
I will also give my next speech, which will
losing you over there. So I think we will have your objectives, etc., in the WhatsApp group.
Improvement over my today's speech.
Sure, Ankit. Neeraj, what about you? Rohan, yours as well?
I will take GE.
Oh, okay. Rohan?
I will take speech, if you allow.
Oh, 3 speakers, Utkarsh. Congratulations. 3 slots done. GE is done, TMOD is pending, and since Rohan, Srishti is going with TMOD this time, fine.
So I have an idea. So since we've been speaking about inclusivity, I thought maybe we should have a session on how can we have how can we improve our language, or how our day-to-day language can help foster a culture of inclusivity. I have a couple of people in mind who I would like to bring to the session. So if they are available to speak with, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes about their
Absolutely.
experiences, I think that would be that would be good. Let me just confirm with them and see if they are available, and then I'll be able to
do keep in mind the time constraint that we will have and how you will use them in between the session as a support material as a co-speaker, because 3 speeches are there as well.
Yeah, so I just want like 2 or 3 minutes from each person just for them to share their experience.
Brilliant.
So let me just see if I can speak to them and arrange. Otherwise,
And do share this perspective as well, that our speakers or our guests may not be already polished in the kind of language that we speak. The purpose, however, is to make us learn. So do not get offended with that. Diana, we already have 3 speakers done for the next week. Would you like to go ahead with a role? We have table topic master as well as tag team role available. Maybe a grammarian, accountant, or anything that is feasible for you. Let us know in the chat session, in the chat box. So we have, of course, 3 speakers, TMOD and GE done. We also have evaluations. Our counter. All right, Diana, let's fix our counter for you. And we will get in touch with others in our larger WhatsApp group. Brenda, I had shared a link for you to join in the guest group to receive speedy information or any last minute changes about our agenda. By the way, as you may have known, Gunjan, myself, as well as Madhav, we are all from Alwar itself. We also have a few regular guests from Alwar. So looking forward to see you attending our meetings very often.
Thank you.
All right. Friends, so with a fantastic meeting at our hand, thank you so much for making this effort a huge success. Requesting Rohan now to bring it to curtains because he is a host, so he has the power to close the meeting. So Rohan, once you hit the button, you will get the option to close the meeting. Till then, everyone, bye-bye. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Have a nice week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.